Hello guys, good morning. Welcome to the session today. Hope you guys are doing good. So let us start the session. In yesterday we had started learning about cloud storage. So in simple words, cloud storage is one of the object storage service where we can able to store some data. If I wanted to store some data, we must create a bucket. Once we create a bucket, we can upload the files to that. And if I wanted to create a bucket, there are 5 steps that we need to remember. That is one, picking a globally unique name and selecting a proper location and choosing a proper storage class and access control options and protecting the data using the object versioning or retention policy. Okay, so these are the 5 things. So we have created a bucket using the console yesterday. That means with the help of the user interface. Today, let us try to create a bucket using the Cloud Shell. So this was a web user interface. With the help of the web user interface, we have created a bucket. Today, we are going to create a bucket with command line interface. Okay, so this is something that we are going to create it today. So first, let me go to the Google Cloud Platform. So this is our Google Cloud Platform. Let me refresh it once. And select the proper project. So our project is GCP Morning Batch. Once you logged into console, try to select the project. Once you selected the project, go to the cloud storage. Okay, this is the bucket that we have created using the console. Let me activate the Cloud Shell. Okay, you guys already know where is the Cloud Shell activate option. So you already have it here. You can just click on it. A Cloud Shell, it is one of the Linux virtual machine will be activated in few minutes. So what is the thing about a Cloud Shell, guys? A Cloud Shell is one of the Linux operating system. It comes up with a pre-installed all the softwares like Docker, Python, Java, all the client library support is there. And it is having a 5 GB persistent disk storage. And it is a command line interface. You can able to see it here, right? So this is a command line interface. Okay, you can also go to the settings and try to do a color or text size if you wanted to customize your Cloud Shell. Okay, so all the options are here. You can select it, and this is an option I'm selecting. I don't want it to open the Cloud Shell here. I want it to open in one more window. So that's the reason I'm selecting open in new window. Okay, so it will be cancelled here and it will be opened up here. See, it is opened here, and you can cancel it. So you have here Cloud Shell command line interface opened up. Okay, so as soon as you have entered into the console, what you do? You try to select the project. Likewise, once you are insert into the shell also, select the project. So if you wanted to select the project, gcloud config set project, gcloud config set project, the project ID. The project ID for this GCP morning batch is GCP batch morning. Copy this one and paste it here. So gcloud config set project GCP batch morning. Click on enter. Authorize it. See here. Now this is the place where you will be able to see your project ID. So this shows that you are working in this particular project ID. If you are already working in the same project ID, there's no problem. But if you are working in a different project ID, try to set your project ID first. Okay, once you updated the property, then we can able to do interact with the Google Cloud Storage. So let me try to show you. So this is our Cloud Shell. This is our cloud storage. Okay. Both are in where, sir? Both are in the Google Cloud Platform only. You can think like this bigger box is your Google Cloud Platform. Okay. The small box is your Cloud Shell. Cloud Shell is one of the features in the GCP, nothing but a Google Cloud Platform. Cloud storage is also one of the feature or one of the service in the GCP. Okay. And you are trying to interact with the Cloud Shell with the cloud storage. Okay. So this is a command line interface, right? So a Cloud Shell is a command line interface. CLI. And the commands that you are interacting with the cloud storage via Cloud Shell are called as GSUtil commands. Okay, the commands are called as the GSUtil commands, guys. Okay, so all the commands will start with the GSUtil only. So whenever you are trying to interact with the cloud storage via Cloud Shell, the commands are called as a GSUtil commands. All the commands will start with GSUtil only. Okay, let us try to see. So the very first thing is that, sorry. The very first thing is that how I can able to create a command. So first thing is commands are called as GSUtil. Okay. So let us try to create bucket. What is the command for creating a bucket? Okay. So create bucket, nothing but making a bucket. Okay. MB. Okay. So if you wanted to create any bucket, you can just use MB. That is GSUtil MB. And you can mention your bucket name. Our bucket names are already started with this thing, and you can mention your bucket name here. Okay, so this is your command set. GSUtil MB. GS, this is your syntax. Okay, this is just a syntax for showing the bucket. So here we have to provide our bucket name, and you already know the bucket name has to be globally unique. So let us try to create a bucket now. So let us try to create GSUtil MB. MB is nothing but a make bucket. MB nothing but a make bucket. Okay, so GS // you have to provide your bucket name. I'm gonna just say demo. See here, a cloud storage bucket name demo already exists. Try another name. Bucket names must be globally unique across all Google Cloud projects, including these outside of your organization also. Okay, so I cannot use a random name, right? So GSUtil MB GS // I'm gonna say CLI underscore demo underscore 36. Okay, command line interface demo 36. Okay, so this is a unique name. I think that this is a unique name. Let me check. See, the bucket is created. Okay, so we have successfully created a bucket. If you wanted to check it out, refresh it here. See, CLI demo 36. Just now it is created. But did I define all of these things? Multi-region, US, storage class standard, find and access control, and all of these things I have not selected, but it came by default. Few options are default, so those things are it is taking. And if you wanted to full-fledgedly create any bucket, you can also select it like this. Okay, So this is a bucket. This is one of the command to create a bucket. Now create bucket with all parameters. Okay, we wanted to create a bucket with all the parameters, guys. What are those parameters? Sir, I wanted to provide the storage class. Sir, I wanted to provide the location. Sir, I wanted to provide the bucket level permissions. I wanted to give retention period. So those were we are selecting manually in the whenever we are creating a bucket using the console, right? So let us try to create a bucket using that. So whenever you wanted to create a bucket with all the parameters, you are going to use the command gcloud storage buckets create. So this is a command, guys. So whenever you wanted to create a bucket with all the parameters, this is the command that we must use. Okay. So what is your bucket name now? Again, I will just a CLI demo 37. Okay. I'm going to say slash. Now I wanted to mention the project ID. Project is equal to. Likewise, I wanted to mention the default storage class. Default storage class. Location. Uniform or fine grained. So by default, uniform comes. If you wanted to select a fine grained, you can just select like this. Uniform bucket level access. Retention period. Equal some 100 seconds, 200 seconds, you can mention whatever it is. Okay. So you have to mention the project ID. What is my project ID, sir? My project ID is this one. I'll come here. I'll paste it slash. Slash is what is meant by this slash, sir? This slash is nothing but a line continuation. Okay. So I don't want it to write in a continuous manner. So I wanted to make it look good. So that's the reason line continuation I'm using it. Default storage class. I am going with nearline. And again line continuation. Location. You can select anything. I am selecting US West 2 line continuation. And this is directly an optional. Uniform bucket level is a direct option. So line continuation. Retention period. Perfect. So we have selected, we have provided our bucket name, project ID where we wanted to create it, storage class, location, uniform bucket level access, retention period. Okay, copy this entire thing, go to your Cloud Shell, paste it, run it. Okay, the bucket is created. You can go and check it. See here, earlier it was a multi-region. Now I changed it to the regional option. Okay, that can be possible. So earlier it was US or multi-region. Now I have selected a proper location. Okay, so that we can able to do it with the Cloud Shell. Yes, and standard nearline. That means I can select my whatever the storage class I wanted to. And by default it comes as a fine grained. I can also select uniform. By default there is no retention policy. I can also select a retention policy. Okay, so this way we can able to create a bucket, sir. Okay, this way we can able to create a bucket using command line tool also. So when you wanted to create a bucket with all the parameters, so this is what it is. Okay, with all the parameters, if you wanted to create it, so this is your command, gcloud storage buckets. But usually if you don't want it to just create a bucket, normally you can use this thing. Okay, gsutil mb and gs with default features. If you wanted to create a bucket, you can use it. Okay. And sir, I wanted to list out all the files or list out all the buckets first. List out all buckets and objects. Okay. List out all the buckets and objects, sir. Is there any command for that? Yes. So to list out all the buckets, you can actually use gsutil ls. ls is to list out all the buckets. And if you wanted to list out the files inside a bucket, sir, I wanted to list out all the files inside a bucket, you can select gsutil ls. The bucket name we have to mention gs slash bucket name. Okay, we have to select a bucket name here. Okay, so let us try to see. First, let us try to list out all the files inside a bucket. Sorry, let us try to list out all the buckets. So I have 3 buckets here. You see 1, 2, 3. So let me click on gsutil ls. When you select the gsutil ls, we'll be able to see 3 buckets. See, I have a bucket 1, bucket 2, bucket 3. 3 buckets are there. Sir, I wanted to list out all the files inside this bucket. I wanted to list out all the files inside this bucket. One minute. Something is wrong. Sorry. So if you wanted to list out all the files inside a bucket, so assume that this is my bucket. So first I will copy this bucket. I have copied it. Now gsutil ls, this thing, if you enter, it will be list outing all the files inside the bucket. You see here, I have only one file in the bucket. You can also go and check it. See, you have only one file, that is session 1 read data. You see here, session 1 read data. So you can able to list out the specific files inside a bucket also. Sir, let me upload few files here. Assume that ls. So I have, let me move, copy some files to the one more bucket. So if I wanted to copy a file, okay. So I wanted to copy a file, for example. Okay, so if you wanted to copy a files to the bucket, you can actually use cp copy command. You already know gsutil is common. Gsutil is the one which says which creates a bridge between the Cloud Shell and cloud storage. And cp is a command, normal Linux command, right? So copy cp is a normal Linux command. So whatever the file name, choose the file and choose the bucket where you wanted to change, where you wanted to, okay, move it. Okay, so this file you wanted to move it to this particular bucket. Okay, you can do that. gsutil copy. This file you wanted to move it from this Cloud Shell to this one. Okay, so let us try to see it. For example, okay, so see here, this thermal micron, okay, this thermal micron .json, this is one of the key, and I wanted to copy this key to my bucket which I have created 37. Okay, demo 37 bucket, I wanted it to move. So let us first see in that bucket, do I have any files? gsutil ls. In this bucket, if I have any files, let me see first. So I do not have anything. It's an empty bucket. Okay. So what I wanted to do is that I wanted to move this file to that particular bucket. Okay. So for that one, gsutil copy cp command. What is the file? So this is your file, thermal. Okay, thermal, this is my file, space your bucket name, enter. Okay, it is copying that particular thermal micron, all the .json file. That JSON file is copied from that particular CI demo 37. Okay, if you wanted to check it, earlier we have used this command gsutil ls, this bucket name, right? So if you enter, you will be able to see one of the file now. Okay, see here. Now this is having one file. Okay, that means if I go and check it, here, we'll be able to see when it is created. Just now it is created. Okay, so this way you can able to copy a file from Cloud Shell to cloud storage. Not only copy, sir, I can also move. Sir, I don't want this readme.cloudshell.txt. Okay, so this readme.cloudshell.txt, I wanted to move it to, not copy. I wanted to directly move it to that particular bucket. Okay, so for example, copy means it will just copy it. Move means it will move it. That means the file will not be available at the source. It will be directly moving it. So let me say move. So for the move command, the command is mv. Okay. So for the copy, it is cp. For moving, it is mv. What the mv will do, let us see. The syntax is same. Okay. So for move, what I will do, this particular file I am doing it. Okay, you can see here. Let me clear out the screen. ls. So you have this file. I don't want this file to be here. I want that file to be moved to one of the bucket. From tomorrow onwards, from now onwards, I don't want this file to be in my Cloud Shell. Okay, whenever I give ls, it should not be here. Okay, so for that one, what I'm trying to do is that gsutil mv is the command, move command, moving this particular file to, what is the bucket, sir? So this is the bucket. This is the bucket I wanted to move it to. Okay, so the same thing, 37. Okay, so move is the command. So let us try entering it. So copying, operation completed, removing. So copying means it will be copied to this one. Removing means removing from the source path. So if you look at ls, you will not be having that particular readme.cloudshell.txt because it is moved from this location to that location. Now, if you list out this particular thing, or if you go and look at here, refresh it, you will be able to see readme.cloudshell.txt. Okay, so you can able to list out objects and files. You can you can copy the data from one bucket to another bucket. Also, you can able to do it, or you can able to move a file from one location to another location. Okay, so think that. Okay, this 36 does not have any files, but I wanted to copy this readme.cloudshell to from 37 to 36. Okay, that means moving a file from one bucket to. So 36, 37 we have file. This is our bucket. I wanted to move it to 36. Okay, so I wanted to move it to 36. So move is a command. Let us try to do it. So one bucket to one more bucket. Let us try to do that. So for example, this is our file. Copy the path of that particular file. Copied it. Okay, you can able to come here, copy this particular path. And same thing, gsutil mv. This is your file path. And where do you want it to move it? I wanted to move it to 36. So this is my 36. And copy the path of 36 and paste it here. Okay, sorry. Click on enter. Okay. Okay, so there is this thing you can see here. I have an object retention policy. I cannot be able to modify it, but I can do copy. Okay, instead of moving it, I can do copy. Okay, I can't move it, I can't modify it, right? So when it is a retention policy, I'll do copy. Copy is completed. Earlier, now in the 37, 36, we do not have any files. If I refresh it, we have a cloud shell.txt. Okay, so you can able to move. So you can able to copy a file from one bucket to another bucket. Okay, so that means B2B. Okay, cloud shell to B, cloud shell to bucket also you can do. Likewise, you can move a files from bucket to bucket, comma, cloud shell to bucket also you can do. Not only that, you can also do from local machine to local to bucket. Here also you can do local to bucket. Local to bucket. So for those who wanted to try it out with the local to bucket, first thing they will have to do is that they have to install. What they have to do, sir? They have to install Cloud SDK. Okay, so if you wanted to install Cloud SDK, somewhere I have Cloud SDK link. Let me open, guys. Okay, so copy it, or you can just select Cloud SDK, install Cloud SDK, Google Cloud SDK download. Okay, so when you click on Google Cloud SDK download, you'll see install Google Cloud interface. Okay, when you click on it, you want it to install on your Windows, right? See, and somewhere the command will come. Install Google Cloud. Here it is actually. Okay, why is this option is coming? Where is the download option? There will be a download option, guys. Usually, guide me. No. No. So let me have a link. Let me copy the link. I already have it. So I'm pasting it here. This is the link. Okay. So I'm gonna paste it in the chat, guys, for all of you guys. What you can do is that you can actually use that link to download Google Cloud SDK. Guys, you are not able to hear me? Is my voice breaking?
No, you can hear it. It's good.
Okay, great. So I have pasted the installation link. You can just click on it. It automatically downloads it. Okay. So I have already downloaded, and after that you can install it. Installation may take some time. Okay. Installation may take some time, like maybe 5-10 minutes usually. And after that it will install, and you can actually open SDK. You can select SDK. So you see here Google Cloud SDK shell. Once you install it, you will be able to see. This is how the interface looks like. Okay, so this is how the interface looks like. So it's the same thing. SDK or the shell, both are same. SDK is nothing but a software development kit. Most of the times software developers will be using it. Okay, and shell is also the same thing. It is also command line interface. SDK also command line interface. So if you wanted to use SDK, okay, if you want to use SDK, what you have to do is that you must log into the Google Cloud platform. Okay, so this is your Google Cloud platform. So if you wanted to log into it, G-Cloud, okay, G-Cloud or login. So this is a command. First you, okay, So it's gonna be asking you, it go to the browser and it's gonna ask you to choose your account. So I'm gonna choose this account, my Google Cloud account. I have pasted the link, guys, in the chat. Okay, so that's a link only. Okay, just click on that, automatically it downloads it, or you can just copy it. Click on it and copy the link. Okay, so you can allow it. Okay, now that means if you go here, you see here you are now logged in as this user, and your project by default actually set the project. Wait a minute, this is my project. It's 5, right? And I wanted to set the project ID as this one. Okay, if you wanted to set the project also, you already know the command, guys. Okay, the command is gcloud config set project and the project ID. Okay, the project ID is updated. Okay, so you can also select who am I. Usually, I don't think it will work. Yeah. See, you can see here, this is my user. So it's very simple. What you have to do is that just select, once you open your SDK, just select gcloud auth login. Automatically, it will be opening. Once you enter this one, automatically it will open your browser. Okay, to click on the browser, you have to select, you have to log into your Google Cloud account. Okay, once you log into Google Cloud account, it automatically opens this page saying that you are logged in as a user. Just select it. So do only on this thing. Automatically, it will tell you to the steps, the remaining steps. It will tell you what you have to do. Okay. Once you have successfully logged in, this page opens, and here you can select your own project. I have selected my own project. This is my GCP Batch Morning. Okay, so you can see here GS util ls. See GS util ls here also it will work. Can I increase the size? Yes. Okay, GS util ls is the command. Okay, so GS util ls, I wanted to see the list of buckets. Someone asking, right, list of buckets from CLI. The same command is same thing. I was saying GS util ls. So if I wanted to see 36, how many files are there? You can just click on it. So you see here I have only one file here. And if you wanted to see GS util ls, and if you wanted to see 37, see you have 2 files here. So this way you can able to work with the SDK also. The only thing you do is that you install it, guys. Install the Google Cloud SDK on your local machine. It's the only difference between the SDK as well as Cloud Shell is that Cloud Shell is a browser-based shell environment. It is a browser-based shell environment. But SDK is it's a local machine. It's a local software. Okay, it is installed on top of your local machine, and you are going to interact with your Google Cloud platform via commands using the local SDK. So it is a software development kit. Okay, now what I have to do, sir? Now I wanted to copy. So now I wanted to copy a file. Yes, you can't hear me.
Voice is continuously breaking. You cannot hear properly.
Is it breaking? Okay. Is it any good now?
Yeah, it's a little better.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna do one thing. I'm gonna give you the assignment to you guys is that I have told you how to download the SDK and how to work with the SDK also. I have told you. The commands are same. This is the assignment for you guys is that the assignment is that copy a so this is assignment for you guys. So copy a file from local machine to the cloud storage. Any bucket, cloud storage bucket. Pick own bucket. Try to copy one file from your local machine to the cloud storage. Okay. So this is an assignment for you. I want you guys to try to. Okay. Yeah. Try to do that. Someone is asking, can we upload files from command line if required? Upload it. Can we upload files from command line if required? Upload there. Upload. You wanted to upload where? Can you tell me? Okay. So this is an assignment. So upload a file from one bucket to other bucket. That's what I have told you, right, Abhishek? Upload command line to bucket. That's what I have told you, right? Command is right? Uploading means what? You have a bucket and you want one file to be moved from cloud shell to the bucket. That means upload. It's not upload. Right. See, copying a file from I have this file which is there in the cloud shell. So you already know earlier I have a file. I don't know, guys, you are not following or something. See here. See, I have a thermal micron earlier. I have it on my local. I have it on my shell, cloud shell. I have moved this file from shell to one of the bucket. If you remember, one of the bucket. If you remember, I have moved it right. And also this one also I have done it. So cloud shell.txt also earlier it was on cloud shell only. We have moved it from the cloud shell to that. Copy or upload are same, right? What is the difference? The end product is you wanted to you wanted to have one file on your cloud storage. Okay, yeah. What do you mean by so? You tell me. Like I'm not sure. Like copy and upload are same or not because it differs from the context. Okay, so copy and upload are differs from the context whenever we define it. But tell me, what do you mean by copy or what do you mean by upload, and what is your requirement? But for me, the requirement is that this particular file has to be there in the cloud storage. For that, I'm using the copy command so that it will be copying the file from the cloud shell to the cloud storage bucket. So that is what my end product. And you decide it whether you call it as a upload or you call it as a copy. But the end product is that that file will be available in the cloud storage. Okay. So don't confuse. Both are same. Okay. But in this context. Don't say that anywhere can I use copy instead of upload. Don't do that. Okay, in this context, it could be same. Okay, now the assignment also I have given you that copy a file from local machine to the cloud storage. Okay, so this is one thing. And the one more thing is that sir, I wanted to remove a file. Okay, sir, I wanted to remove a file. For example, sir, I'm going to do it from the cloud is equal, so it's perfectly fine. So you see here, in this bucket, I have two files. Okay, in this bucket, I have two files. That is, .json file is there, .txt file is there. I wanted to delete .json. Okay, you can also go here and see it. Okay, you go to the 37. You have two files. That is, One is JSON file, one more is text file. I wanted to remove this particular JSON file. So for that one, what I am doing is that gsutil rm is the command remove this particular file. Okay. This command, wherever you enter, even in the Cloud Shell or Cloud SDK, both are same. So rm is the command to remove it. The operation is completed. So what is the command, sir? Yes, it will bucket path. Instead of name, I just say path. Bucket path. The file path. Bucket file path. You have to mention bucket file path. So RMA is the command to remove a file which is the name of the bucket. Okay. Now go and see. I have removed this particular file thermal micron something .json and which is not there now in the 37. That means if I go to this 37, if I refresh this one, see now it is gone. So you can able to remove the file also. You can copy a file, you can move a file, you can remove a file. So all of those things also you can able to do it here, guys. Okay. And finally, if you wanted to get some kind of information, detailed information about an object or getting the total size of a bucket, these are the commonly used things. Like for example, gsutil. Sir, I wanted to get sh is a command to get the size of your bucket. So you can just mention bucket name. What is your bucket name? 37. Let me just say 37. Okay. It's a very simple bucket. It does not have much size. GS. I can't use. Oh, sorry. 2 times it came. The size of the bucket it will show 913 bytes. Okay. So each bucket size, if you wanted to get it, you can actually use this particular thing. Okay, if you wanted to get a detailed information about your particular file, you can mention statistics of a particular file. So for example, so this is a file. I wanted to get some statistics. Copy this path, paste it here, enter. Okay, so you can see here when it is created, when it is updated, and the retention period, all the information, metadata of that particular file will be printed here. Okay, metadata of that particular file will be printed out here. Okay, so you can able to get the size of it. Size of the bucket. Okay, here your bucket name. Okay. But instead of saying that, metadata of the file in bucket. If you wanted to get the metadata of a file inside a bucket, you can use this command. This is that's it. Okay. Starter, you can just mention here bucket file path, bucket file. Okay, so this is what it is, guys. Hope this is clear. And these are all the things that we have seen. If you wanted to create a bucket full-fledgedly, list out all this and list out all the buckets, list out all the inside a bucket. Copy files from the one bucket to another bucket, Cloud Shell to the bucket, local machine to the bucket. Move files from the one bucket to another bucket, Cloud Shell to the bucket, local machine to the bucket. And I have given you one assignment. I want you guys to write out, try to put your efforts and complete this thing, and just tell me what is the command or how you have done it. Just paste it in our Telegram group or wherever. Size of a bucket. Okay, gsutil du-sh to get the size of that bucket. Metadata of that bucket. Okay, so these are all the commands that we can able to use it inside a Google Cloud platform to get your bucket. Okay, so this is what it is, guys. Anyone have any questions? All the information is also available in our notes. You can actually refer it. What is Google Cloud Storage? How to create a bucket. And Cloud Shell. What is Cloud Shell? And interacting with the Cloud Shell. Interacting with the Cloud Storage via Cloud Shell. Creating a bucket with all the properties. Listing out, copying, moving, removing, getting permission. Okay. So this is all the information is available guys already. Okay. If anyone has questions, you can actually ask me if you have any. Metadata of the bucket is gsutil static. gsutil bucket, not bucket name, guys. It's a bucket path. Okay, not bucket name, bucket path. You have to mention. Okay, yes, Nagaraj. It's not specific to any project, but if you wanted to work with a specific project, you can choose a project. But Cloud Shell will be available throughout all the projects. Okay, so you select it. Yeah. Not like that. For each user, for each Google account, there will be a one virtual machine created for you. That virtual machine is Cloud Shell. Okay, for each user, whoever is working in the Google Cloud platform, if they have a Google account, there will be a Cloud Shell assigned for them. One Cloud Shell virtual machine is given to them. In Google Cloud Storage. Yeah. Usually, if it is a retention is there, you cannot be able to delete it first thing. But sorry, if I do not have a retention period, but still I wanted to retrieve it. Whenever you are creating a bucket, you have to, I think, some kind of a settings you may have to do it like some kind of a restoring options. You may have to check it, but you should. Yeah, yeah. So that can be possible. But usually, what people do is that they put the retention policy. It cannot be deleted usually. So that's what. But if you wanted to restore, you cannot. Yeah. Sorry. Objective versioning is very simple. You can, instead of retention policy, you select objective versioning. So objective versioning is like this. So you have a file and you modify a file, and once the file is modified, and if you wanted to have both versions of the file, you can actually enable the objective versioning. If you don't enable the objective versioning, what will happen is that the file gets modified. Okay, only modified file will be available. The original file will be gone. Yeah. So that will be overwritten. Yeah. So if you wanted to have a both versions of the file, in that case, you can go to the object version. Try it out, guys. So you enable it and you try to modify it. You will come to know. Okay. So copy the same version of the file. It will ask you, okay, do you want me to keep it as a separate file? You want me to overwrite it? So I wanted it to be a separate file. You can also do it. Okay. So that's what we call as the object version. Yes. Any other questions? I have pasted in the chat, guys. You guys have not received it. Okay, let me copy it. Okay, I have pasted now. Yeah. Oh, this is everyone, and here also everyone. Yeah, I think all of you guys got it now. Yes. Any other questions? Okay. So this is how we are going to manage the objects, guys. So for example, if you have a object kind of a data, this is how we are going to manage it. Okay. So this is it for the cloud storage. This is it for today. We're gonna be seeing few more things maybe tomorrow. Okay. Try to complete that assignment. It gives you some idea. Okay. Thank you all. Have a great day.